the women to be left out and made to be felt as minorities. So it is here that I want to invite my good friend, Madam Patal Kanya Jamatia, who heads the Tripura People's Front. So Tripura is a small state in the northeastern parts of India. So here, once they joined India in the year 1947, after the instrument of accession was signed. So they were about 85% of the population when they joined India. But sadly, today, they have been reduced to less than 20% of the population because of the population transfer schemes of the government of India, where these indigenous people are converted into a minority in their own land, which they have inhabited for thousands of years. So, Patal Kanya Jamatia is championing the cause of the right to equality of the Tripuri people, and I had a chance to interact with these people and be there on the International Human Rights Day on the 10th of December 1919, a couple of months before the setting of the pandemic. She's a very, very inspired person, a leader, mass leader. I have seen her working with people. It's my privilege to welcome my sister Patal Kanya Jamatia and request her to speak. And then I have already reminded the speakers, you have 7 minutes to complete your presentations because we always have a constraint for time. So kindly keep up to the time limits or I have to intervene. So kindly don't allow me to intervene and cut short whatever you have to state. So confine yourselves to just 7 minutes. And the first speaker, who I presume is not a minority here, because I want to give her the privilege of addressing us first. So over to Ms. Patal Kanya Jamatia. Thank you. You can go ahead, sister.
Sarikaham, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible. You are audible. You can go ahead.
Sarikaham, good evening all. I am Ms. Patal Kanya Jamatia from Northeast India. My homeland state name is Tripura. Tripura was an independent state. The treaty with British India was made and marched with India on 13 August 1947. And the treaty was known as Instrument of Accession. According to this treaty, the government of India has committed to give all kinds of protection to the native people, including their fundamental rights. When Tripura marched into Indian Union, the population of the native people, the Borak nation, consisted of 93% of the total population of the Tripura state. Unfortunately, India forces the Tripura royal family to sign a second treaty on 15 October 1949. The agreement was further intentionally made weak and relaxed in the name of Merger Agreement 1949. Since then, India has intervened and encroached in all the rights of the indigenous people of Tripura. Millions of illegal Hindu immigrants have started to enter into Tripura from East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. The government of India, in spite of knowing the fact, have remained silent and had been encouraging the illegal influx for region not known to us. Even after the formation of Bangladesh in 1971, the Indian government have been allowing to enter Tripura continuously at faster pace, due to which after 70 years, the indigenous people have become a minority in their own ancestral homeland. To this sadly, the native people are below 20% and our 20% and our democratic or our administrative and our economic and snares away. Now, presently, we the indigenous people have become so helpless that indigenous people are scared to fight for their fundamental rights. The unofficially population of Tripura is above 50 lakhs and the Aboriginal people of Tripura in only 8 lakhs. Millions intruders who have illegally entered into Tripura are given democratic rights and political rights by the government of India. Not only as a refugee, but millions are entering illegally till today, and the Indian government has put a notice board at the Indo-Bangla border welcoming the illegal immigrants and trying to wipe us out of our ancestral homeland. Today, as the majority of the population are Hindu Bangladeshis, they have snatched away all our political rights, administrative rights, and our socio-economic rights. Now, out of the total 60 assembly seats, 40 seats are for the illegal intruders, and only 20 seats are reserved for the indigenous people by name of ST category. As India is a democratic country, we are ruled by the illegal immigrants from East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, leaving one and only Mr. Dashrath Dev, indigenous people. For the past 70 years, illegal intruders are either elected or selected as Chief Minister of Tripura. Even the present Chief Minister of Tripura is a non-indigenous people and outsider. Thus, after the majority Bangladeshis intruders have occupied 40 seats in the 60-seat Tripura Assembly, leaving only 20 seats reserved for the indigenous people. The TT-ADC election was supposed to be held immediately after November 2020, but the state have intentionally withheld the election in the 28-seated council. The India government has not taken any action, and the state government has retained all the political power vested to TT-ADC. After taking complete political power in the whole of the Tripura, the daily intruders, outsider in Paralis continue to carry out bloodshed. There have been a number of major riots between the indigenous people and the illegal immigrants in 1980, 2020. And many minor riots. Numerous indigenous people have been killed, but no official record are maintained. There have been uncountable rape of indigenous women and girls, but there is no any single justice till today. Not only that, in 2018, the student organization have protested against the CAA bill 2016. The police have directly opened fire to the peaceful protester, but there is no any justice till today. Just recently, Biswajit Debarma, a fire service personnel while returning from duty on 21st November 2020, was brutally beaten up to death by illegal immigrants. Now the police administration is harassing the democratic agitator in the form of police affairs sent individually in their name of seeking justice for brutally murdered late Biswajit Debarma, and the criminal is still unarrested, enjoying the political immunity till today. I have personally attended the 39, 40, 41 and 42nd session Human Rights Council at Geneva and highlighted the grievous condition of the indigenous people of Tripura and requested the world community to seriously look into the matter. But till now, no any initiative has been taken. So I would once again request the world community to take up the matter with the India government and compel the India government to solve our problem by implementing the NRC and detect, delete, deport all illegal immigrants, and also to identify all refugees and give them the status of refugees. This is the crux of our problem, and unless this issue of refugee and illegal immigrants are solved in Tripura, our problem will remain unsolved. Thank you all again.
Thank you very much, sister, for your wonderful disposition and keeping up to the time limit, and then putting across the problems of your people. As a community leader, you have expressed how even victims of rape have not been able to get justice from the ruling governments in India. So it's really a very, very sad state of affairs. And then we have all seen that personally as to how your people have been undergoing this trauma and suffering. So let us hope that things are turning towards a better future for you and your people. So the next speaker